Hey guys, how's it going? Previously on the channel, we were working on this 1972 Homelite T12. This was actually the fifth one built in 1972. They only made it 1 year. Previously on the channel, we were working on it. We saved it from a parts yard. I went over all that in the first video. We took the engine out of it because the engine had a mouse nest in it and I had to get under the flywheel shroud. The flywheel shroud was in fairly rough shape. The nuts that held, or the nuts that were tack welded to the shroud in the back that held it to the engine broke off the shroud, so we had to take the engine out in order to get the shrouds off of it. Had to cut the bolts on them. In the previous video that you guys saw, we went to take the flywheel off of it and the nut is fairly stuck on there. I need to find a impact driver, whether it's an air compressor ones or an electric one. It'll probably end up being an air compressor driven impact, and a 1.25 inch socket. And after I do that, we could probably go on ahead and get that flywheel off. I have not done that yet. As I said, I have more or less been focusing on the tractor. We also messed with the steering some in the previous video, or I messed with it off camera and then I told you guys about it. As you all can see, the steering was stuck. I ended up getting it unstuck and also found out the housing here, where is it, was cracked and the bearings in here are no good. Other than that, everything about it seemed fine. Also, the tie rod was missing the end. So that's currently where we're at for now. That gets you guys updated pretty much on this tractor. We also did some body work on trying to see if we could fix the hood, get it to align better, and also the rear fender pan, trying to get it to close better as well as be a little bit more straight. In another video I'm working on, I'm just going to go on ahead and address it now. That way you guys know, because I'm sure you probably see the oil pan sitting under it and the jack. I had the ass end of it jacked up working on the rear end of it, so that's what that's about. And I also drained the fluid out of the rear end. You'll see that in another video. And I'm sure you probably saw this beauty sitting here in the other room and we're looking at it. If you were here in the last video I recorded on the Homelite, we also picked this up. This was a parts tractor. I traded my 110, the 72 110 that we previously worked on. We almost got it running, but the coil in it had no spark. And I just kind of put it off to the side because I had some other things I was getting ready to work on and was done messing with it. We got into this guy, we just kind of looked him over. I haven't really done a whole lot with it yet, haven't even tried starting it. We figured out the tires on it are set in the narrow stance, which we need to change them over to the wide stance because for one, the forks wouldn't fit under them, and for two, they are currently rubbing on the rear PTO. There was also something else about it. And it's missing the belt that drives it. The pulley that drives the transmission is also missing some things, so I'm not too worried about that. It's going to be a parts tractor like I have said. So there we go. It also has a few other pieces on it I need, such as the steering gearbox. It also has that drive shaft end on it that I need for the T12. It also has the front spindles. Hopefully they are the same thing as I need. They look pretty much very similar to the T12's front spindles, so hopefully they are, and I can use them on here. If I could, that would be awesome. That end up on top is probably the one that I'll end up using. However, as I said, if I can get those spindles to work on here, then I gladly will. So that's currently where we're at. We've also got 3 out of the 4 tires that are good. 1 tire needs a tube. The other 3 seem to be okay. So this is actually a fairly nice machine. I really feel bad about parting it out. I really like this one. However, I've got it as a parts tractor. That was my plan for it. I am trying to keep myself away from it to, I don't really want to get it running and get it driving because then it'll probably end up sticking around, which I don't want it to. So we got to get rid of it. So that's where it is. That's currently what's going on with this machine. Unless I find a better parts machine, this one is going to be the parts tractor. So there you go. It also came to me with a deck. I don't know if this deck will work on the Homelite. However, I believe it probably will. It looks about the exact same as the deck that came with my T10. Very, very, very similar. I am also considering bringing the T10 up here and comparing these two and seeing how much similarities there are. They look very similar when it comes to certain things, but there are some other things that don't look very similar. We also figured out that is a 13 horse. I had thought it was a 12 horse, but it turned out to be a 13 horse. The things that I need off of this tractor are the front spindles. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a hydro, but it's not a hydro. I would like to find a hydro. I actually might still be looking, I am still looking for a hydro. So if anybody out there has a hydrostatic Homelite Simplicity with the Vickers rear end in it, that is the rear end that this has in it, let me know, because I am currently looking for one. I have a guy who might possibly have one, and I might have something lined up with him, but at the moment, nothing has been set in stone. So there you go. That's currently what I have. I was hoping that this was going to be a hydrostatic rear end, like I said, but unfortunately it turned out to be a gear drive, but oh well, nothing against that. Because I was thinking if it's a hydro, then there you go. Just take everything out of this frame, put it in that frame, and I'll be good. I'm not sure if the steering gearbox is the same in here as what I have in the Homelite. I'm hoping it is. This also has the rear end in it right there that I need, the angle thing. So we will be taking that out. So yeah, let's go on ahead and let's dig into this guy and let's just see how hard it'll be to get it tore down. Well, I figured I would do this real quick before we get this tractor parted out. This thing reminds me of a Gravely, the way it looks. I don't know why, but it just reminds me so much of a Gravely looking at it. I figured I would pull the T12 out, or T10 out, and we could bring it up here and we could look at it. And also, this is the first time that T10 has met the T12. They have not seen each other before, so there you go. It's also the first time it gets to meet this tractor, and also the first time it gets to meet that tractor, so there you go. All three of them are meeting for the first time. That's kind of funny. I figured we'd take a look at this Baron, or Simplicity, and we can look at it compared to the Homelite T10 and see the differences in the axle. So as we can see here, this is the way that this one is set up down here. And it's got the H pattern on it too. We come over here and look at this one. I'm not concerned with what's under the hood. Also, look how smooth that fender pan is. I think the latch under here still works. Yeah, see how, oh, I see why. It's hitting on that 3-point thing back here. But as you can see, this is what this one looks like. Fairly similar right here. I think this is rare, this lift rod that this tractor has. That's what that is right there, by the way. So, I think that's kind of rare because I've never seen that before on any of the Homelites or any Simplicities that I've looked at. So, there you go. I wonder if this had a rear thing on it at one point. But as you can see right here, this is the gear shift. And it does what it's supposed to. And right there's the way that my tractor's set up, where that one, it has 4 reverses. You have to figure out something or another or whatever. I think these are supposed to act as brakes, I guess, and slow down the pulleys. And then it's also got a brake right there. So that's the way that this one looks underneath. And here's the way that this one looks underneath, as y'all can see. I am also considering taking that fender pan and putting it on that tractor and changing that fender pan out. I'm still up in the air whether I'm going to repaint this tractor or not. More than likely, it's going to stay the way it is. Well, no, actually, it's probably going to get painted later down the road. I'm probably going to actually go over it and see about getting the rust off of it. Maybe go over it with a Scotch-Brite pad and see if I can clean it up some, make it look better. If I can, then that's probably the route we'll go. If not, then I'll probably just end up repainting it. And also, while I'm in the process of repainting stuff, this one, This is the wrong blue. So therefore it is probably going to end up getting repainted too. So there you go. I actually just posted a post in a Simplicity group I'm in. I posted it anonymously because nobody knows I have this tractor except for Curtis, and nobody is going to know I have this tractor until it is on the channel, because this is the secret project, as I said before, this Homelite, because it's been off the channel for so long. So, and I've currently got 4 videos uploading, so I'm clear for the next 4 weeks. I don't have to upload nothing or publish nothing about this project yet. So there we go. Hopefully by the time this project is published to YouTube, the tractor over there will be running and this one here will be gone. And I got to get a carb for that one still. So that one doesn't really need anything. It might get some parts off this tractor, but I'm not sure, depending on what exactly is here that would fit onto it that is not going to be going onto there. So yeah, there you go. So let's go on ahead and let's get this engine pulled out of here. I'm not exactly sure what it'll entail. It should just entail 4 bolts and maybe undoing the choke and throttle linkage. That should for the most part be it. So we'll get the engine pulled out of it, and then once the engine's out of it, we'll decide how far we want to go into it. I am curious to find out if the engine on here is better than the one in the Homelite. I don't really, at the moment, plan on putting this engine in that. I don't think there's any gas in there. But, you know, if we had to, then I would. Let's open it off. There you go. That ain't very good gas. It smells bad. But there's something in there. Might have everything to do with why it didn't start when he tried starting it. So let's get the, that right there needs to be loosened. This here, does it just fit into this plate? Oh, it's got a nut that holds it. And then the wire that goes to the coil, we got to undo all the wires that go to that stator, or solenoid, I mean. And then, yeah, after we do that, we'll be all set, ready to get it out. So let me grab a screwdriver and let's get to work. I guess the first thing I want to remove is I want to get this throttle assembly took off. The throttle cable on here is good, same as the choke cable. The choke cable on the Homelite is shot, so I would like to use it. Oh, tell me that that's going to be great. Oh, I just grabbed the correct size wrench and also a better looking screwdriver. That's not the correct size wrench. Damn it. I don't think this screw is going to work. Is this a 10 millimeter? It might be a 10 millimeter. I'm going to be very angry if I go to turn that and this turns too. And then I actually just now remembered the way that I did this on the T10 or T12 is I didn't even loosen that. I just went over here and did this. So I'm going to do that on here too. I forgot I did that. There you go. And then now, yes, and hopefully, so my hope is looking at this, I'm not going to need this front rod. I will probably need these ends off of it, but that's hopefully going to be it. This front tie rod I'm probably not going to use because that front tie rod seems okay. However, if it ends up showing me signs that it needs to be replaced, then maybe. But for your ends. I know I said that I would wait for them to publish my post before I did anything, but they haven't published it yet, and I'm really getting tired of waiting, and I would like to get this done, so we're just going to go on ahead and do it, and then I'm going to watch. When they tell me I have something rare, I'll be pretty pissed. So there we go. Throttle is unhooked. Now we got to undo the choke, which should be a 3. Actually, that should be a 5/16. Alright? And you don't have to take the thing completely out. You just loosen it loose enough to get the You know, one thing I actually just thought of, I haven't done yet. We haven't even took this off, although he told me he already did, so let's just take it off anyway and see what we find. Another thing I noticed is I haven't even seen a dipstick on here yet. Oh, I know why. Just because it's under the generator. We'll have to check that. Ready to see what we find? Oh, okay. It doesn't look too bad in here at all. It's got a little bit of rust. Yeah, that smells like it has water in it. It was sitting outside and it has been raining, so that's probably why it has water in it, in the filter. But, alright, cool. And he told me it ran, so it better run. We can just get this, there we go. And then we'll probably have to take this, it goes in the side. Yeah, we're gonna have to pull the engine in order to, or actually we're gonna have to pull the carb in order to remove that. Yeah. So we'll just go on ahead and pull it. I gotta clean this carb out anyway, so I guess it never really hurts to, you know, just go on ahead and do it. Oh, and I ordered a carb for the Homelite, by the way, the T10. So hopefully you'll be seeing some more videos on it here soon. So there you go, stay tuned for that. Because it needed a new carb because it was wore out and it was pissing fluid everywhere. So I think the internals of it were bad. All right, he didn't tell me this was ever apart, so I don't think he had this carb apart at all. There we go. I wonder if any water's inside of it. I hear stuff in it. I wonder if it's just in the float bowl. Yeah, it's just in the float bowl. There ain't nothing inside down there. So that's cool. Nope, nothing. Like I said, I hear stuff, but it's inside the bowl, so cool. Next thing we need to do is we need to get the drive shaft unhooked. Well, I can get to it from down on the bottom. That's one thing I like about this compared to that, is that you have to take the sides off in order to get to the drive shaft. This, I can get to it from down below, and there's quite a bit of room, so there you go. I don't know. If that wasn't such a rare machine, I'd just fix this. And I'm sure a lot of people out there are probably wondering, why don't I just fix this and get this going instead of that? Because I want to get that going. Gas tank. We also need to take these out. I was going to leave it a rolling chassis. However, that's rubbing, and I'm going to have to take those rear tires off anyway because I'm putting them on that tractor, so that idea is probably out the window. I can roll it around with the pallet jack or the forklift if I have to, or just pull it around. So, this side's done. Let's come over here. And this one here goes to the generator. This one here goes there, and also somewhere else, apparently. Really? Are those 10 millimeter? I would have expected them to be. I'm not 100% sure if this solenoid's any good. I believe he said it was. So, however, it's not hard to find out. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. And then this is probably going to be a 10mm tube. Yep. Oh shit. I thought I saw that other nut turn. Oh, okay, cool. So, that's unhooked. So now we need to get the field terminal unhooked and also that. I'm guessing that, what the hell would that go to? The only thing that should go to the starter side is nothing, right? Oh, I gotta take both wires out, I guess. That's a nice spark plug wire. Oh, should have done that. And then this right here. There we go. And that's probably the same. Yep. So all the wiring currently appears to be unhooked. That needs unhooked from the coil. There we go. There's a ground. That's probably a 3. Yep. I'm still up in the air about what I'm going to do, if I'm going to use this engine or the 12 horse. I wish that I knew what exactly that tractor would be doing in its future. I would use the 12 horse. You know, if it's going to be a show it's going to be a show tractor, then I would put the 12 horse in it. Show tractor, you know, look nice and everything, and go to shows and be the 5th tractor ever built. It is the 5th tractor ever built. then I would take it to probably just get that 12 horse done. However, if I'm gonna work it and use it, I would put this 13 horse in it, you know? But I don't know. I can imagine, I can already see the comments. Put the 12 horse back in it, put the 12 horse back in it, put the 12 horse back in it. So that's probably where we're gonna go from here. So there we go. That's unhooked, that's unhooked, that's unhooked. The engine is now separated. And I really almost just wouldn't mind putting this engine in there. That way I don't have to mess with the flywheel on that other one. It would basically just be a direct swap if I was to do that. I could do that still. You know? I will have to think about it, where I want to go next. So let's get the engine pulled out. I need a 9/16 socket in my impact, and we can get those out. Where do we want to go from here? I also noticed this is the same hood that they used on the Homelites, on the later Homelite T10s, because they did continue the T10 after the style that I have, except that they were different. I believe they used a different engine too, maybe. I think they were hydrostatic. There you go. I might be wrong on hydrostatic, and I think they were. How heavy is this right now? Oh, okay, that's not bad. I could easily pick that up if I had to, so I did. Let's go on ahead and get these front wheels removed. Front spindles, rather, removed. This right here is probably... It does steer nice. It does steer really nice with the steering wheel coming out. I'm not sure what size those are. They're probably large. Oh, that's just two. I figured that it was one with a nut. Alright. Like a, what are they called? Like a roll pin. So, if we're lucky, nope, maybe not. Maybe we're not that lucky. I was kind of hoping it would just lift right off there, but unfortunately that's not the way it's going to go. So here is my jack, and here is a board we can use. Just take this and we'll extend it up as far as we possibly can before it hits the frame. And once it hits that frame, we can go from there. Well, that's promising. When I went to pick it up, it slid, so maybe we can get it to come out of that. Let me grab a punch. So here's my punch, and here it is, my hammer. Yes, I know this is not a punch. No, I should not be using it as one. Do I care? No. I kind of figured the first hit would get it to go, but apparently, I guess not. I think we're hitting on the key. Oh no, the key's going down with it. Well, I guess that's good. My jack just slipped. That must be pretty damn stiff if it's not coming out of there still. I would have figured that it probably would have went back up. Not really, but it is a little bit impressive. And it was turning nice. Well, it does. Front axle has a lot of play in it, I'm noticing. There it goes. Never mind, it was a damn jack. Oh, this came off. try holding it up with the jack sideways. Oh, knock that down because it's gonna. That's gonna end up slipping. We gotta go in a little bit. Of course, this has some, this has some play, so it's making the jack slide around, of course. Get it. There we go. We're still off the ground. Once this goes through, I don't think we, oh, there we go. A little bit more to go. Actually, we may not. Oh, I see. We were hitting the key. No wonder it sounded like it was solid. Alright, well, there we go. Yeah, we were hitting the keys into the bore. Oops. Shit. That's why it's stuck right now. Let's get this down. But yeah, I was wondering why is it stuck in there? And then I didn't realize that that was pushing down on those keys. Oops. I guess that one was my fault. Hopefully it didn't damage them. Oh, the whole bore is keyed. Or the whole, what do you call that? It's keyed. The whole shaft, spindle. There you go. So, it was digging into the little washer apparently. And then of course, you know, that little washer is just there for whatever. It's just there, so of course it's going to dig into it. It's probably actually going to be, I'm going to have to take the washer off more than likely now. Yeah, I can't hold these tight enough to get the we haven't. There we go, and then yeah, it did go into the washer a little bit. I kind of figured it would. So now this side's loose, that's a snap ring, and then it should just pick right up off those, I would expect, because, well, that being pumped full of grease, I wouldn't think that it would be a difficult thing to get apart. And then we got to put a wrench on here and take that out. Hopefully that's the same rod as what the Homelite uses. Let me grab my snap ring pliers real fast. Actually, oh, it's not a snap ring, it's just a little one of them pins. And then I'm expecting the, is this still charging? Yes. And I'm expecting the ones in the Homelite probably to be more difficult, especially since they sat for so long. However, the spindles shouldn't be too bad to remove, but the thing on the other side that we took off on here, I expect it probably to be a living nightmare to get off, so there you go. I can't think of what these are called. I've heard them called all sorts of different things. So when I pick up on the tractor, oh, we gotta unhook this before we can get the front axle off. As I said before, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this tie rod. I might use it, I might not use it, depending on how the one on that tractor is. This tie rod, or these spindles, I've noticed don't go as deep as the ones do on the Homelite. So we might be in trouble there. However, hopefully we should be okay with it, because those go deeper. But I would assume that I don't know. I don't know why they go up deeper than these do. Or further up. So there we go. That is now removed. So that tie rod can now drop. I want to take these pins out. And once we get these pins out, we can go on ahead and pick it up, and we can drop the spindles. That's an interesting one. That's a very interesting thing. I wonder if that's the original Simplicity one. I'm still not sure, and I am kind of curious to find out if the mower deck off of this Simplicity will end up working on the Homelite. I'm going to be easy when I do this. Just putting that back on there. So when I go to pick this tractor up, hopefully those spindles just fall right out. Ready? Yep, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I wanted. Cool. So now, we got the wheels off. So now I need to grab I'm going to grab my little dolly, that way I can wheel it around still. Although here soon it's not going to have rear tires, so what's it matter? Honestly, I do think this is a very nice machine, you know, but unfortunately, it's going to serve the purpose I bought it for. I bought it as a parts tractor. Just like what I bought that T10 for, a parts tractor, and now it turns out to be the 10th one ever built, so, well, I guess I can't part it. So, and it was a manual transmission, which this is also, so there you go. I wish that this was a little bit more complete. If it was a little bit more complete and it wasn't missing the drive system, I would keep it. But, you know, oh well, not much you can really do about it. So there you go. Let's go on ahead and let's get the rear drive out of it. And I'm debating on whether I want that fender pan or not. I'm probably going to keep it. There's definitely some stuff from this tractor I'm going to keep. I'm probably going to end up listing it for sale. Maybe, maybe not. If anybody out there is interested, keep an eye on my Facebook page. You might see this tractor. I can leave a link to my Facebook down in the comment section. And well, if you see this tractor for sale, you know that I don't need it no more. I may not even have it when this video comes out. I guess we'll find out. Okay, hopefully that's on there. We're going to pull that steering wheel. And after we get the steering wheel pulled, we can... Where's the thing to mount copies to this? Damn it. It's Gee, why am I not surprised? Is that it? No, that's not it. There it is right there. So now we can go on ahead and take the steering wheel off. And then, let's see, where do we want to go from here? We're probably going to end up taking the, yeah, see how nice that turns now? We're probably going to end up taking this out of it too, because I do need that for the Homelite. So, like I said, you know, it's a parts machine, unfortunately. That's why I bought it. And I know for a fact, if somebody else was doing this, I'd be pretty pissed off. But I'm the one doing it, so I can't be pissed off. And I need it. Oh, shit. Well, the steering wheel may not come off. You can't hit on it with a hammer because these are plastic. I have an idea. Turn this to, there we go. Yep. Exactly what I wanted to do. Perfect. Cool. Well, now it is mine. What's that? Why is there a key in there? That's interesting. I wonder why that's in there. Oh well. Well, we got a steering wheel. So I would say that we scored. We had to kill something in the process. I'm gonna go look at that Homelite real fast. I want to make sure that some stuff lines up, and once we do that, we can go on ahead and get into that and then get back into this. So everything here looks fine. So I'm just going to go on ahead and take these spindles off. I don't really see a point in, you know, not at this point, since we've already taken them off of that one. And if we had to, we could always just use the spindles, or the, well, not the front axle, but just the top piece of that one, you know, if we had to. I would imagine these are probably the exact same spindle. Probably the exact same. This too, just, you know, different. They're just on different tractors and different colors so far as to what I have found. I wouldn't think they would use different size spindles. Deere did it though. They did use different size spindles on their later tractors. So. And if it ends up being we can't get this other spindle to fit, then we'll just have to fix this one, I guess. And that one. So there you go. We really don't have to take these out all the way, but I'm gonna pump them full of oil, so that way it gives us a little bit of a fighting chance to get this out of here. And I'm gonna put some oil up here too. So like I said, give us a fighting chance of getting this out. See how nice? That does turn and this does move, you know, so I mean, it shouldn't be too hard at all to get the spindles out of here. But getting this off is going to be the bitch. So, there you go. I'd be surprised if this comes loose easily. That's impressive. That is really impressive, actually. I wouldn't have expected that. This tractor has impressed me quite a bit in the time that I've had it. Well, I've been working on it, not had it. So, I had it for 2 years and did nothing with it, so there you go. Let me grab... Here's some oil. Let's just go on ahead and give ourselves a chance at getting this out of here. I'm not sure what kind of oil this is. I believe that it's engine oil. It might be something else. There's a few different bottles out here with a few different things in them. I don't know. We'll find out though. There's a couple of them out here that are light hydraulic oil. There's another one out here that's tap fluid for drilling. And there's one that I put engine oil in. I don't think that was it. Okay. Let's bring the... Oh, we can't take the jack down any lower. I wish that I could have put something else under that wheel to help hold it up too. I probably could. I wish there was something under here. Let's just see here. I can't take it down any because this is... Could we put something under the other side? We could. We could put something under the other side and just kind of even it out. Let's see what this does. Is this high enough? No. Not quite. Well, actually, I could just sit it here since we're replacing these spindles anyway. There we go. I'm going to grab a couple more. And hopefully, these should lift this enough to even them out. Did it? Yes. Because that headlight's right there. You know what I did on the Simplicity? I opened the hood. No wonder. I was going to say, why does it seem like that Simplicity had more room? I forgot I had opened up the hood on it so I could get to that easier. There we go. That explains it. So there we go. Now that that's open, that should make it definitely easier to get to this. See what happens. So far, it does not seem like it has gone down. Maybe maybe it did. Ooh, it is going down now. Oh, and look at that. It's running through. Oh, that's from it leaking. Never mind. I was going to say I thought it was running through, meaning that it's possibly getting it. So let's lift that up a little bit. That way it's a little bit further from the ground. I figured sooner or later something was going to go. It was going way too easy. And I see exactly what happened. There we go. So hopefully now. Another good reason for having that over there is so this doesn't bounce around when I'm hitting it. Because that's keeping it fairly level, it seems like. Also, the tie rod's sitting under the main frame, not the axle. I guess it is under the axle. Never mind. Oh my god, and that even slides right off. It didn't load itself on like the other one did. I wish I'd have just tried doing that. The other bearing is in there, still in the collar. Well, that spindle's different though, so we can't use this one. I'm going to keep the spindle. However, it's not going to stay on here. We're not digging into the thing, are we? We could probably... No, I don't want it to bust. I wish it could hold itself in there and I could just hit it, you know, full force. I really wouldn't mind smacking it right there. But I can already see that busting. Right there it would ruin the spindle. Let's see if this does it. What gave? Did the jack went? That's interesting. I wonder why the jack gave up. Is this tight? That's tight. To be fair, it's probably not the best idea what I'm doing. I wouldn't have expected that. Is that gonna go in or is it gonna... Because it looks like it's just sitting on the... Damn it. know for a fact it's doing that because it knows that I have won. It just don't want to admit it. Let's see if we can smack this up. The reason why I did that is because the things are digging into the spindle, which is not what I want. And they were doing exactly what I expected. They were digging into the spindle, or the front axle, my bad. There we go, right there. So now we got to get a way to do it. I wish that we could just take this and pull it off. Interesting. This had a different key set up to it than that one. Yeah, it was wedging. I can see it. Can we get this to turn yet? If we were to put a pipe on here, do you think we could turn this if we hit it? Maybe it'll, maybe. Actually, we could probably just hold it like that and hit it with this. There it goes. Now it's crooked. Got it. Cool. So now we just need to get the keys out of it. There we go. That one came out. That one right there, ouch, is probably going to be a bitch. I was wanting to see if it would pull out, but no. It's apparently, yeah, it's dug into the floor. This spindle may not be any good, or this housing may not be any good. Let's see how bad it is overall. It wouldn't surprise me either way because, you know, it did sit there for however long. So, I mean, it's probably going to have some rusting in it for sure, looking at it. So maybe we can get this to pull out. There we go. And then probably once this falls, it's going to drop. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. I was going to say I'm going to hit it if it doesn't go down. Victory. So, do we want to go on ahead and put the new spindle in it, or do we want to wait? It looks like, oh, that was that. I was going to say, it looked like there was even a thing in there for the, yeah, kind of thin up here, but it thickens up down there. It doesn't feel too bad. We might be able to use it. Well, the thing's already turned, you know, so I mean, it should be all right. It's nice and oiled though now, so we can drop the new spindles and wheels on it and be fine. Nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So let's go on in, let's get the, how hard do you think the other side's going to be to get off? That was a bitch. That thing was a bitch. We even figured out the wheel came off. Let's get you guys angled so you can see it. Or we'll just bring you over here. There you go. Looks like the camera has, no it didn't. That's just the phone. Hopefully, and I'm gonna be pretty pissed off if it doesn't do what I want it to do, it should just slide down. Since it already turns, once I take this pin out, or clip, you should just be able to get it to come out. Well, come on. There you go. Okay, I see the first problem. We forgot to take the bolt out. Watch this thing not come out. Not be as easy as that one was to remove. Like I said, this thing has impressed me in the time I've owned it and have been working on it especially, and how easy it's come apart. Look at that. That even came out. I can't believe it. So that spindle is the reason that we're taking the spindles off. That one might be savable. This one might be savable. We'll have to see. So I think our next step is going to be put the new spindles in. This spindle looks okay. I don't see anything wrong with it. And once we get the new spindles put in with the wheels, we should be all set and ready to go. So here's the first step of the putting back together process, is the front spindles. I didn't take the wheels off of them because I really didn't think there was a reason to. Since, you know, they're already on there, might as well just leave them. Makes it easier, not to install, but easier, you know, to just go on ahead and get it done, not have to take these off. But I do agree, I should have took them off. But I don't agree. And I also agree I should have cleaned this before putting it in here, but I'm not going to. And it appears they are the same size. So now let's go on ahead and get this thing dropped down. That way it doesn't come out. Cool. Awesome. There we go. That is now sitting on the ground. Oh, it's not. It's not sitting on the gas cap. Awesome. That looks good. That looks really good on there. 16 658s is what the front tires are. 16 658s. Yep. Cool. So now, do we use this one or do we use that one? We probably want to use the one that came with it. Yeah, we want to use the one that came with it. Just to keep things factory. So I know there's several questions. This is going to be coming off. I'm just putting it on here for now. That way it is on here and ready when I bring the other tie rod over. And my hope is this goes and threads into that tie rod like it should. So where? Right there. Lined up. We now, actually we need that. Where's that spacer? So we are going to use one original thing to this tractor, and its steering components. We are going to use this washer because I cannot find the one for that one, and it belongs to this tractor, so we'll just put it with this tractor. However, the keys are coming from the new spindle, so there you go. You can go to this, I won't be going. That's not good. Wait a second. What is that? It's over here. What is that? I made a piece of this. This is a piece of... These might be the original. I'm trying to think if I have the keys to this one or the other one. I think I might have the keys to this one. There's a piece of something in there. I'm thinking it's maybe part of the key. It might actually just be part of that spindle. Yeah, it might be. Because it actually does kind of look like it's supposed to be there. There we go. I might actually want to not use this key, but I don't see another one around here that we can grab. So if it gives me any issues, we'll swap it. That side right there looks the best, so we'll just... Is one side thinner than the other on this? Or is this out of the Homelite? Could be. Where's the other key? I had brought two over here, I thought. Maybe I didn't. Did I grab the keys or are these still over there? Cool. We got it. Cool. So now, both keys are in, which is good. That's down. Doesn't have a lot of play in it. So that means we can go on ahead and put our little guys in that go right here. And hopefully, once we do that, we should be all set and ready to go. I wish they just would have put roll pins in here, but man, that would have been worse. So I'm glad they put the bolts in. Actually, I think I'm using the ones off of the Homelite, not the ones off of the Simplicity. So, oh well. It doesn't matter, I guess, you know. You can use different ones. Plus, it is nice to keep a little bit of originalness to this tractor. You know, it's already got wrong spindles on it. Maybe if I get lucky, we can put the original spindles back on it later down the road. So there we go. That one's on. So now we can go on ahead and we can get the other side put on. Putting these in it. Yeah, at a certain height that jack starts to go down, so. There we go. This is getting exciting. So now we need this washer. Oh, never mind. We also need the pin, which should be, where's the pin? All right, Mr. Pin, where are you? I cannot believe how easily that turns. Nice, there it is. I might actually throw another one of these down there just to make it a little bit tighter. Is there another one over here? Another spacer? There it is. Actually, on second thought, this spacer seems a little bit thicker than that. Actually, we could use them both. Yeah, we can use them both. What's it gonna hurt? There we go. So now, hopefully that should be a lot tighter and it shouldn't flop up and down like that. There's a joke somewhere in there. So we can get this pile out. We can get this lined up with that, and we can get this lined up here. I hope that's straight right now because it almost looks like this is too short. Let's see about getting this on here. Where did we put it? Where did the nut go that came off of here? Where did the nut go? Well, there's one. We could use it, I guess. So there we go. Oh, that's not a nut. What is that? That's a spacer. So there's the other spacer. There's a nut right there. And actually, I just saw it a second ago. Oh, that's it. I thought I had seen a washer, but apparently that one's it right there. And that just came off. So, there we go. So now we can put this on. And after we get that put on, hopefully, it should still turn nice and not be too tight. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I was afraid of that. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the other side and let's get it hooked up. So hopefully now, this over here should be just as simple to hook up. And hopefully it lines up. This tire is straight. tire appears to not be straight. Wait a second. Whoa. Okay, the alignment on here is a problem. We may end up having to use the tie rod that came off with the Simplicity. Unless, well, this shouldn't be any longer than that was, I don't think. Let's pull this, well, I mean, I might have to, I'm not sure, we'll figure it out here in a minute. I need to get that out of my way. I guess we could just go on ahead and tighten it down and see what happens. So. Yeah. Oh. There's a little bit of play in those wheels apparently. That's straight. Yeah, it's gonna be off. It's better than it was. We'll just put it that way. I know you guys want to look. You want to see it. It actually looks pretty good with those on there, honestly. If I do say so myself. So, and probably we're going to not be able to use the front. We're probably not going to be able to use the steering rod either, because that is up there, and I believe it was back further. And here's the old spindle from the front. There's the new spindle, which it actually looks like it's roughly the same angle, just not up as high, and it looks like that moves over more. It might even be longer than that one, and it's out further than that one. So that's probably the exact reason why these don't line up, is because this tractor was made for, you know, it's got a longer axle on it, probably. It might, looking at it. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, this is a pretty long video, I can imagine. I'm not sure how much further I want to go with this video. Whether I want to continue it or not. We could go on ahead and get those rear tires put on here. I think it looks pretty good, though, having the new... Whoa, that changed the look completely. Those look kind of big. Those look very big on there. Okay. What do they look like on the Homelite? What do they look like on the T10? Okay, first things first, those look smaller. I'm just gonna put that out there now. I wonder how much smaller those are compared to the ones on the T12. Let me turn them out so we can get a reading on them. Let's see how much smaller these things are. Those ones are 16/658s. These ones are... They don't even say a size on them. And they almost look kind of flat. Maybe that's why they look smaller. They're the same size as what's on the garden, on the deers. So we could just look and see what's on the deers. I think they actually might be 16/658s. What are these? I can't read it. Give me a second. I gotta read it. They are Do they not say on here what they are? Come on. Where do you say your size? It's looking at me in the face. Here we go. 16,658. Why do those look so much bigger? 16,658 is what's on the patio. That rim looks smaller or bigger. 16,658. Interesting. Why does that look so much bigger than the other tires do? That looks really interesting. Hold on. 16,658. What is this one again? 16,658. Interesting. Those look bigger. They look a lot bigger. Maybe we should bring that Homelite in here and put it next to these and see how much bigger they are than these. Oh well. Let's go on ahead and get the back tires put on it and we'll see how easy it rolls. And after we do that, I want to compare them tires. Those look huge compared to the other ones. Oh, I know an idea. I have an idea we can do. All right, here we go with the questions. First things first, they are bigger, for sure. Those are fully inflated. Those are fully inflated. Why are they so much bigger? Look how much wider they are, too. They're both 16,658s. Maybe they are the same. That looks taller. That does look taller. Even the tallest point of this one over here on the 208 looks tall or small. Interesting. I wonder why those look so much bigger. Oh well, let me put the 208 back and then we'll put the rear tires on the back of this and we'll see how it looks. So I went ahead and I did the tires off camera and I'm sure you guys can tell looking at the simplicity. So now I'm sure you all want to see how this Homelite looks. I'm pretty damn sure. I'm almost tempted right here, right now to end the video and make you guys see it in the next video. I won't do that though, because I'm not a dick. Here you go. Here is the Homelite. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, please consider it. I'm kidding. Don't worry, I'm kidding. I'm not going to end the video. Ready? Here it is. This is the Homelite with the new wheels. It actually looks pretty good. And as you guys can see, like I said before, I put those tires on in the wide stance because they were on there in the narrow stance, like I said. And as you guys can see, there's quite a bit more room back here compared to before. It actually looks like this one's closer. No, it is. No, it's, interesting. Oh, maybe it's because the belt and everything's on that side. But it was sitting, they were narrow before when they were on that simplicity. As you guys can see, this right here is the wide stance on these tires. And this over here is the narrow stance on these tires. It's the opposite on these ones, which personally, that side of the rim looks so much better than that side of the rim. So there you go. All right, guys. I want to thank all you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, please consider going down below and hitting that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you guys a thing. It tells YouTube you guys like my videos and want to see more. It also tells me that you guys like my videos and want to see more. I really appreciate you guys' support for my channel. It really means a lot to me that you guys come back every time I upload a video and watch it. It also really makes me happy to know that you guys appreciate it and go on there and like my community posts that I make whenever I make them. I'm wanting to make more, but there's not really much to talk about on there, so I don't really make a whole lot. Currently, though, this is where we're at on this Homelite project. It is coming along nicely. And again, I do appreciate you guys' support. I really apologize for the delay in videos on this machine. I wanted to get into it sooner, but just never really had the interest or ambition in it to go on ahead and get into it. Honest to God, I had a couple people make me offers on this tractor and I had considered them, but I ended up turning them down in the end, so I still have it. So there you go. I want to thank all you for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next video, hopefully. And I believe that is it. Take care, guys. Bye. So I actually just put some air in that tire that was flat, and I'm really curious now as to how this tractor rolls after sitting there for how many years it did. Let's see how it rolls. Ready? Wow. Nice. That rolls pretty good for how long it sat. No pressure at all, just pinky. Here, pinky. See how easy that moves? One finger. Nice. That rolls pretty good. I would say the next thing that we need to do, I want to engage it now and find out. I know I shouldn't. Let's engage it. See? You can hear it now. Now I'm going to disengage it. That's disengaged. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that rolls pretty good. So, cool. I would say that that tractor rolls around very well. We just got to get a tube for that tire now. So here's an update on this Homelite. I got the steering in it done. We were putting the front axles in last time you guys were here. At least I think that's what we were doing last time you guys were here. I put the steering all back in. Everything is hooked up. It's not that hard to do. I went ahead and just did it off camera just to make things easier. You can see right there. That's what the steering is. There's a little box down there that's bolted in with 4 bolts on it. It's actually different than what the Simplicity over there had. I kind of thought they had the same thing, but apparently not. So I just reused the one from here. There's a U-joint right there that bolts to the thing down there. There's a gear. That gear right there comes off. There's a little rectangle that it slides onto. I believe that I filmed taking that apart. So there you go. That's how it goes together. And now, looks like my alignment might be off again. So, there we go. So now, I got the steering wheel on it, and it turns, which is awesome. I got the spindles on it that were from the Simplicity. I got the tie rod hooked back up that goes to the steering shaft. The end from the one from the Simplicity threaded in there really nice. So we are going to take this tractor out on its first maiden voyage since the time it was parked at the parts yard. This will be the first drive it has really been able to take. We're going to take it out, see how it rolls around, see how it drives, see how it tracks, and just see if it does good overall. I want to change out that seat. Actually, I'm going to leave that seat on it, and I'll just put the thing back over top of it. So this will be the first time that this tractor has ever driven around and rolled on its own wheels since 30 years ago. That would be 1980s. Sometime in the 80s or 70s is probably when this tractor was taken up to that parts yard. So there you go. Let's go on ahead and take it out for a little ride and see how it does.
It's a fender bender.
Oh well, I guess you guys get to see it, no brakes. That's why you always have brakes.